you so much. It's been a long journey, and it's been very interesting on how life changes so quickly and dramatically. And I've never used one of these, so you'll have to bear with me again.
Forward button.
Oh, look at that. There's my company, right up front. Now, the first picture, that's me. In the mirror, of course, right? You know, because that's the way I felt before. I started off here in BC. I was going to be a policeman back in 2004. And I was invincible. That's the way I felt. I felt young, I felt alive, and there was so much I wanted to do. And there's so much, and people were talking, and my friends were helping me along to become a policeman. So I was training, I was competing, I was in the best shape of my life. And I was so looking forward to this new journey I had just started, because I just came from the Air Force. In 2004, I was on the way to pick up my son in Victoria. So we were coming down Low Heat Highway. And as we were driving down, we were laughing and carrying on. And the traffic came to a stop. And then all of a sudden, I look in the rearview mirror, and I see this big old F-150. And I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, bang! It hit us, pushed us 25 feet. The car in the rear, or the car on my hood, was coming at my face. And I thought, oh my God, my life's over. That's it, I'm done. All I can think about is my son's not going to have a dad anymore. It's all over. And then thank God, the hood popped. Threw the car right up vertical, and it came crashing down on top of me. When I was in the hospital, and I was lying there, and I overheard the doctor say, oh my God, you know, he may never stand again. And I thought, oh my God, my life is over. This is it. You know, and as I'm laying there, and all these thoughts are running through your head, you're terrified. You know, it's, oh my God, what am I going to do? How am I going to live? And as I was home, and I was sulking, as we all do, and I was thinking, why did this happen to me? How can I change my situation? I got mad. And when I got mad, I started to take action, which is breaking the cycle. Look, there's me being fat. And there's the cycle. You have to break the cycle to get back up on your feet. So as you're laying there, and I was depressed, and I thought, you know what, I want my life back. How am I going to do this? So I started training. I started doing my abdominals. Started doing all my core exercises, trying to strengthen the lower back, because I tore everything from my skull down to my tailbone. So when I started this journey, it was difficult. I kid you not. But the thing is, everybody can do it. The why has to be strong enough. Because why do you want to do it? Well, because you want your life back. So you reach deep inside, you grab your spark, and you push until you're back up on your feet. And when you're back up on your feet, amazing things can happen. From 215 pounds, I went to 162 pounds in 10 weeks. This big fat guy here is 215 pounds, all the way down to, I think it was about 170 in this picture. And this is all done in 10 weeks. And that's the gentleman from November 10th. I competed in the Sandra Wickham. I actually got my dream. My dream was to compete once more. So I went from all that, getting my life back, to accomplishing a dream. And everyone can accomplish their dreams if they put the effort into it. This is so important, because we all look in the mirror and we all have excuses. It's like, oh, you know what? I don't feel like it today. You know, well, I'm tired. I have to work. My life is too busy. Oh, you know what? My friends are going for a beer. So you want to go, socialize. It's easy to get up and work out in the morning, but you really want the consequences after, because we all do that. We look in the mirror and go, oh my God, you know, my belly, you're turning sideways. And, you know, you have that belly, or there's something you don't like. So as I went through this transformation to my journey to where I am today. My biggest goal today is to help each and every one of you find that spark that's in you. Pull that spark out, because everyone has one. It doesn't matter how deep it is, it's there, but you have to bring it to the surface. You want to succeed. You want to get healthy. And that's what this is all about. This whole thing is about you getting healthy. It's all about you. And that's why we're here today. We're not here for us. We're here for you, all of you. So what we're trying to do here today is to educate you and get you moving. This is one example of what I'm trying to do. It's called a weight loss challenge. Because most people need incentive. They need that incentive to get moving. So what I've done is, where's it hurt? Pocketbook. So let's throw $50 out there. Because now you have motivation. Unfortunately, money is an awesome motivator. Because if you're throwing in $50, you want to lose that 4%. Because you want to succeed and you want that reward of the cash pot at the end. So that's your one little incentive to moving forward. Again, that's just me showing off, and my company's name, of course. But I'd like to get into a little education for you. Because I'm going to tell you, who out there has back pain? You know, who sits at a computer all day? Who gets up in the morning and goes, oh my God, you know, I'm creeping out of bed, my knees, my joints. You know, that's pretty much all of us. You know, as we get older, I'm 48, so my joints and all that, I'm creaking. But how can we fix this? How can we make our body healthy? What little things can we do? So I'm going to give you a few wonderful exercises that you can do, because now you don't have any excuses, because you can do them driving. You can do them just before you go to bed. So there's no excuses in this room, because now we've just killed that. No excuses. But the first one I'm going to show you is when you're driving. You know, you're driving around and you're yelling at the guy that just cut you off, you know, and you're doing this. But as you're doing that, hold your tummy in and do that. Because now your tummy's working. So as you're driving around and you're yelling, because you're doing this all the time, because there's a lot of people cutting you off. At least that happens to me quite often. So take a big deep breath, fill up your lungs, and you push down like you're constipated. And you really push. And believe it or not, this is one of the best exercises you can do. Because you're pushing down, it's strengthening the core, your body core. And that's what holds you straight. And your abdominals will remove your back pain. Because the stronger your abs are, the less work your poor back has to do. So that's a really good one when you're driving. Another one is same as yoga, is breathing. Because breathing is so important. You have to know how to breathe. And it's exactly like in yoga. When you're lifting weights, it's the same thing. You want to suck all that air in, fill your chest up, and blow it out. And you can do that again while you're driving. You can expand that rib cage. So as you're driving, and you go, you look a little bit like a blowfish when you're driving. And you look out, and people look at you funny, and you go, and you keep driving. And then you blow it out. So again, you get your lungs to full capacity. Another little trick that people do, and I would like to get somebody to demonstrate it with me. So, who would like to volunteer? I promise I will not embarrass anyone. Anyone, sir? Ron. Ron? Okay. Ron's a little harder to do because he actually stands up straight. So I'm going to make it easy for you. Turn sideways. Face me, Ron. The way Ron's standing now, this is the way you stand normally. Obviously, you lift weights. That's why. What we have to do is to eliminate the back pain, because of those of you who work a lot, stand a lot, put a slight bend in your kneecaps. Suck in your tummy. Put your chest up, shoulders back. It looks absolutely ridiculous. It feels
like military.
It feels like military. It feels so uncomfortable. That is correct posture. That is correct posture. Because what's happening here is, you notice the alignment. The stress here, when you bend your kneecaps, takes the stress off your lower back. And as you hold your abs in, your core is taking over. And with your shoulders back, it puts the alignment of the spine in the proper alignment that it needs to be. And oh, thank you very much, Ron. And just that alone will take the pressure off. And it's amazing if you try it at work, you know, and you don't have to. I exaggerate when I do it. So you get a big bend in your knee, you stick your butt out, hold your tummy in, shoulders way back. In the gym, if you're lifting weights, everything's done like this. Not every exercise you do. This is well exaggerated, but that's a little secret in the gym that I teach. Because I teach from the head, because the body just follows. If you really understand what you're doing, and the exercises are done right, you will have tremendous gains. And that's why I guarantee within 6 days, you will notice improvement in 6 days if you follow what I tell you to do. Another exercise, again, this is mostly for women, this particular one. It's for the rear shoulder, because a lot of women stand like this. You know, and unfortunately, it's from growing up as a child. You know, your breasts start to develop, and you know, you don't want people to see them, so you wear the big baggy clothes and you're doing this. And unfortunately, that's very bad for your spine. So what I do to my clients is I overdevelop their rear shoulders. Because what that does is as you're overdeveloping the rear shoulders, it pulls them back. So you can't pull forward, and it takes the pressure off your spine. It's a very simple exercise, and I usually do it seated, but I'm going to do it standing up so everybody can see. It's a small movement. You want your weights here, and you can do these at home, can of soup. And you bring it up to there. That's it, and down. Our muscles are, you know, we're getting older, we're not using them. Excuse me, we enjoy our beer, and our wings, and our steaks, and gravy, and all these lovely foods, which I am guilty, because I love them all. I am a chocoholic. My wife laughs at me quite often. Because I can sit down and I can eat 6 packs of Reese's peanut butter cups. And I have no issues in doing that. But I don't do it often. I don't believe in diets. I believe in eating well. And I believe in grazing. Every 2 hours, eat something. It doesn't have to be big meals. People are under the impression they need 3 meals a day to stay healthy. If you graze all day long, every 2 hours, you're gonna be healthy. And this up here, you think this is healthy? Who up here thinks this is healthy?
Yeah.
It's not. This is the farthest thing from healthy there is. This is anorexia.
Oh, really?
This is anorexia. This look is totally anorexia. I had no water in my system. I was 3% body fat. I ate fish and broccoli for 6 weeks. For 6 weeks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is not healthy. It looks awesome, but it's not healthy. So, yeah. And again, going back to your body not being nourished, your chemical imbalance, and I'm going to shut up soon, but it's the chemicals in your brain. This is a drugstore. You don't need to take drugs. This creates tons of drugs. With the right food and the right combination of exercise, it will work. And again, my name is Sine, and I have to get off because I'm getting the yellow card from Patty. She's going to throw something at me soon. But again, thank you so much for coming. And I do have a draw. So hold on.